Hello and welcome to a very special interview with a dear friend and somebody who has been a very, very strong backer of Revsportz and the Trailblazers Conclave. DB Sundara Ramam, Vice President and Head of Corporate Services for Tata Steel, somebody who I've come to know and admire over the last year or so. Again, a backer of multi-sport, and that's actually my first question. Firstly, thank you very much for giving me time and joining me at short notice. The first question, at this point in time, as we speak, Tata Steel chess is going on. I had the opportunity of speaking to Ankita Bhagat about a few weeks back for the ProCam Marathon. And again, archery is one sport where Tata Steel is at the forefront. Paralympic sport, Tata Steel is at the forefront. Can you tell me a little bit more about this philosophy of Tata Steel to support multi-sport, Mr. Sundarama?
So I think the philosophy is thanks to our predecessors and our forefathers. To just give an example, which we proudly quote everywhere, the way Sir Durabji Tata started supporting the first Olympics event, and the contingent was supported by him, and in fact, he has been the first chairperson also of Indian Olympic Association. So it's the legacy definitely, and also the DNA in Tata Steel, not only Tata Steel in Tata Group. That's the reason why we feel that sports is a way of life. So that is one thing which is there in every leadership in the leadership team, and in every person who is into the corporate services or corporate communications, and at in particular, and at last at every senior leader of Tata Steel, I could see that the you can say the inclination towards sports and also the encouragement towards sports. So this has come, as I mentioned, as a legacy also, and it has come because we feel that it is one way of connecting the community, connecting the employees, and bringing them to a platform. So these are some of the reasons I believe where the sports is a way of life in Tata Steel.
Excellent. And I remember our last conversation, and you said golf. You're an active sports person. Reminding that. I mean, does that help in your case that being an active sports person, being engaged with with sport, does that kind of help you to understand the ecosystem better and make decision making slightly easier for you?
Absolutely. Because see, if I look back to almost 45 years, so maybe till 10th standard or 11th standard, I used to play ball badminton. Ball badminton has been very famous in southern part of India. Because it's not shuttle racket, it is a different racket, and it's a different ball with which we, and also we used to play ring tennis. That I think when I came to know, I started with those. When I moved to REC Rourkela, I started playing cricket. 4 years I played cricket there. But when I moved to West Bokaro and Tata Steel, I started playing shuttle badminton, and also found that connecting with communities. We started volleyball and football. That helped us a lot. And now, after coming to Jamshedpur, when I saw that just behind my house there is a golf course, I was very inquisitive to just go and see. And now I've become a passionate golfer. And also, you can say that if I'm in Jamshedpur, definitely morning 5:30 to 6 o'clock, I'm at the golf course. So,
Lovely.
because see, if one has inclination, one has liking for sports, I think it helps a lot in the sense how you can appreciate. And also, once you have, it doesn't mean that you need to be master of any sport, but once you are in the sports, you can understand the difficulty level people go through when they master in that sport and they become a legend in that sport. What difficulty level they have gone
Excellent.
through, that appreciation definitely comes once you are into sports.
Beautifully said. That's actually kind of gives me a cue to my segue to my next question. That in Tata Steel, the thing that I've seen, and this is personal experience, whether it's with Mr. Narendra and whether it's with you, it is not about immediate returns. It is not about, oh, you've got to go and get a medal, you've got to generate numbers, you've got to generate a national, a sensationalist headline. It is about consistency. If I take chess, Tata Steel has been supporting chess for a long time. Tata Steel has been supporting archery for a long time. And even if India doesn't win a medal, I don't see Tata Steel stopping that support. When you started supporting the Trailblazers conclave, it was just an idea. Now it has become India's best sports conclave. So the consistency in Tata Steel is something that really kind of endears me to to the brand. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, absolutely. See, the belief which we have is how do we support from the grassroots level? So it is always easy to get a legendary sports person and employ him in Tata Steel or Tata Group. Say that yes, we have got so many players with us. That is one philosophy. The other philosophy is being people who are at very young age, even when they are at their children, they are at the age of 10, 13, 12. Then bring them and put them in the academies, both at the raw material locations and plant level as well as at Jamshedpur, and train them and make them good sports persons. The examples which I have is if you talk about archery, I would give that example. We have this archery league started in this year only. When I went to meet the players, so we have Chero Archery, that's our league, but all the leagues, there are six leagues. From every league, people have come and they told that we are from Tata Archery Academy. So it gives a very good feeling. And when we started football club, so though we represent JFC, but many of the football clubs they come and they say that we have been cadets of Tata Football Academy. So that means today, if you call about Deepika Kumari, you talk about Ankita Bhagat, you are commonly everyone is they have some connect. Even Mr. Talukdar, the other day was saying that I have become now trainer and I'm now training people, and they say that it's because of Tatas. So that gives a pride point for us, and that shows how one can start from the beginning and how can you nurture people so that they become very good sports persons, and after that on their own way they can get employability employment elsewhere also. But end of the day your satisfaction levels are always there because you are creating that culture of sports, and year after year and decade after decade we are doing that. That's the reason why if you take a sport, even today, Jamshedpur, which is a tier 2 city, is hosting almost 19 sports. Our JID Sports Complex, we have 19 sports. So that shows why we are interested in long term benefit to the community and long term benefit to the people who are interested in sports rather than looking for quick gains.
Yeah, I mean, this is again music to my ears, because ultimately, for a country to become a better country, it has to be sport for all. It cannot just be any high performance sport. I
Yeah.
mean, people playing, that is a healthier lifestyle. It is sport for all rather than health. And the point that you just mentioned, Ankita, for example, was mentioning to me that when she started out, because she's a lefty, I mean, she did not have a bow. She said the first real bow was brought to me by, was given to me by Tata Steel, and thereon now I'm Asian champion. So this is the legacy that we are talking about. Coming specifically to the conclave, you will be inaugurating it yourself on the 14th and 16th of March, and you will obviously kind of deliver the inaugural address. The conclave is now in its fourth year. We have year on year. I mean, now it has become an annual kind of haunt for our athletes. People call me and say, "When is the conclave? Because we want to come." And that kind of brings me to my question that what is your thought about how a multi-sport conclave which brings in Olympics, Paralympics, cricket, football, archery, hockey, badminton, tennis, everyone together, what can congregations like do these do for the Indian sports ecosystem?
So I have been hearing about this for last 3 years, but yes, for the first time I'm going to participate and also have an interaction with them. See, the for the idea itself, I would say hats off to the idea, because generally wherever we talk about sports we keep ourselves to a particular sport. I say that I would like to have an interview of only cricketers, I would like to have with only footballers, so like that. But this concept of bringing every athlete, every sports person onto one platform, and also bringing people who are sports enthusiasts and also the corporates and also the stakeholders, all these people, if we are bringing everyone onto one platform and we are discussing, and that's I think a bigger thing rather than just having a sports conclave. I think the idea has been absolutely good, and the way it has now caught up, really I feel that though definitely it's a long way for us, because the way sports are being now Everywhere we discuss about sports and all that, but it's a long way for us to get to bigger things to be achieved. Whether it's and for example, people never thought that, except one or two experts, that immediately within next 1 year, our cricket women, they would lift the World Cup, but it has happened. So these are some of the maybe surprises, but people who participate in such sports conclaves and all that, they feel that yes, there is a good future for our sports. So that could emanate out of these discussions and these participations only.
Yeah, and I must put this on record that yes, it was an idea, but the idea also was largely contributed to by Mr. Narendra because it was his inspiration. I'm going to put this on record that the first year itself, when he asked me, so what are you planning to do? And I said multi-sport conclave, and he said Olympics and Paralympics, and I said, yeah, I mean that's exactly the point. I don't want to look beyond cricket, so my kind of gratitude and appreciation has to be for Tata Steel and for Mr. Narendran in particular for having kind of inspired me to do Trailblazers. So, I mean,
So that again brings back to the point that himself is a sports person.
correct,
So that
correct, and
that
that actually again brings me to my next question. That because you've played sport, you played cricket, you played volleyball, you played badminton, you played golf. What does sport teach you? I mean, in my case, when I study sport, teach sport across the world, sport also teaches me how to lose. That every single day, right? We struggle. I mean, people see the success on the face of it of sports people, but that's not something that is regular. I mean, any sports person will lose way more than he will win or she will win. What does sport teach DB Sundararaman?
so there are three things. One is sports, second is corporate life, third is your personal life.
Mhm.
All these three could be compared in this, the way you yourself mentioned that in sports it's not that every championship you participate you are going to win. We have seen in tennis also that people who have become the medal holders, next time in next session they lost maybe in the quarterfinals or semifinals. That has been a shocking news for others. But the true champion is the one who takes both the victory as well as defeat with the same spirit. In corporate life also, it's not that people who are at the helm of the affairs, they have gone, everything has been rosy for them because they have also seen ups and downs. But people who have the resilience and tenacity to take both ups and downs with the same spirit, they could go up to the peak. And in life also, in your personal life, it's not that everyone would have everything in a good spirit. Sometimes you face many challenges, many hardships, personal front, professional front. But the person who can take both these with similar spirit, and if you are down, then you feel that yes, the day is not far away when I'm going to be up. So that definitely sports they teach us because to give an example of golf, even if when I don't play my first hole, I feel that no, I'm going to play my second hole better. Even if I don't play all 9 holes better, I feel that no, today is not my day, but tomorrow I'm going to play. So that keeps on driving me coming to the golf course whenever I'm in Jamshedpur. It happens with all the sports persons. It is not that who people who have not given up, they have made to the success and they have made to the headlines.
Beautiful answer. And that actually again connects to the next one that when you look, you are in a senior corporate role, senior managerial position, so much responsibility. Does kind of, in the boardroom, what are the kind of lessons that sport has kind of taught you that you use in your boardroom, in your corporate life, in challenging situations, if there is adversity? Does sporting lessons help you to take such decisions?
Definitely. See, if I compare with sports with boardroom, see in sports also, you are if you are performing well, you are being watched. And even for a cricketer who is at 90, you can imagine the pressure he is going to undergo to complete 100. But yes, the person who can withstand the pressure, he only completes 100 and then gets into and gets the laurels. Similarly, in boardroom also, because persons who can perform under pressure, whether it's sports or in boardroom, definitely they have delivered results. I just give an example. In 2022, in FA22, Tata still done uh, exceptionally well. In the sense, we broke all the records. For second time in the history of Tata Steel, our profits were better than TCS. But everyone's expectations have gone to that level. But unfortunately, the cycle has come down in 23, 24, even in 25 also, we struggled a lot. Quarter on quarter, there has been pressure, but the leadership team took it as a challenge. We said external world is not in our hands, but internal things can happen. So we started looking at even single pie also. How we can we save that? How can we not waste even a single rupee? So sometimes, and the communication has been always there from Mr. Narendran and Mr. Kaushik Chatterjee saying that see, when things are not good, that time if you perform, then that shows that there is structurally your systems are strengthened. If markets are good, everyone would perform. When markets are not good, you should be the last one to get affected, not the first one to get affected. So these type of people who pressure perform under pressure, they definitely give much better results. Same in the sports also, because the way I could see the recent, you can say, one day match and all, when Rohit and Kohli they came into the field, there have been a lot of expectations now, but they stood up to the expectation. They did wonders. Now people are now started talking about their entry into next World Cup. I think people have started saying that without them, how can the Indian cricket team survive or can perform? So that's how the things change if you can perform better under pressure, and also the resilience, that is, and the patience. Quarter after quarter, almost 3 to 4 quarters, we are not delivered results as per the expectations of the shareholders and even the board directors. But still, we knew that yes, the way we are going, definitely on fifth quarter we'll do much better, and things have changed.
Brilliant, brilliant. I mean, absolutely brilliant. And you're right. I mean, Virat and Rohit are great examples of the kind of pressure. Neeraj Chopra, according to me, the greatest Indian athlete.
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
look at the kind of pressure that guy goes through. I mean, every event that he goes 26 times. 26 times Neeraj Chopra has been, before that World Championship where he was injured, he was consistently on the podium. Unbelievable. Last two questions. Last two
Yeah.
questions. One, I asked this of Mr. Narendra and I want to ask of you. See, and here I place myself because of the inspiration that you guys have given, the support. We've done a lot of Paralympic sport. We've done a lot of Olympic sport, hockey, archery, every sport, every sport, boxing, tennis, Paralympics, and we've also done cricket. Now, the moment I do cricket, obviously the kind of reception, traction, numbers, measurable, quantifiable numbers are way more. And then when I see the data for, say, Paralympics, when I see the data for, say, hockey, I see the numbers less. Any other corporate I would have taken to would have said, why are you not doing more cricket? Nobody has said that to me from Tata Steel. And that's kind of brings me to my question. How do you measure success? What is success to you? Because you have stayed true to your calling. And that's my question. How do you measure impact? How do you measure success?
See, both these impact and success, they are interconnected, definitely. And if you see the three sports which Tata Steel has encouraged, one is definitely in athletics, in archery, in football. When these sports were not under the limelight, when we were not on limelight, then these sports were have been encouraged by Tata Steel, and after that hockey, because we could see that these are the sports where we could connect with the community. These are the sports where we could connect with the employees. So that's the reason why we picked. And now, if you see the Jharkhand and Odisha, in Odisha during Mr. Navin Patnaik's regime, hockey has been the biggest thing which he has done. He has also done the same thing. Maybe he could have got more laurels had it been cricket, but why he has chosen hockey? With the similar reasons that when no one is concentrating, and if you concentrate on that sport and you can bring in more sports persons, then that is going to be definitely a success, number one. And what is the impact on the community? Today, when we do JFC, the matches in Jamshedpur, maybe Jamshedpur is a tier 2 city, but if I say annual attendance of all the season, it is 18,000 to 19,000 average, compared to a metro like Mumbai or Hyderabad, anywhere, it is less than that. So that means the way we could connect with the public, because today people were expecting that ISL to start, but since it has not started, that's why people were asking that when will it happen. And when we see that from the villages, people come on their cycles and they would like watch the ISL match. That shows that how people are connected to this. So that's the impact we are creating on that, and more people. When we say that the local lad of Jharkhand or Jamshedpur is into JFC or any other clubs, that gives us better satisfaction, saying that yes, our whatever the efforts we have put in, those are giving us good results. So these two, as I mentioned, are interconnected definitely. And that good news is just while coming into the airport, I just saw that this statement by sports minister saying that it is likely to start from February 14. That's also good news for the football lovers and sport lovers.
Yeah, I mean, we broke that story, and I got to again put this on record that Jamshedpur is one team that had from day one said whatever the format we will play, and that's something that people need to know. And that Jamshedpur was the first team. When I spoke to AIFF, I was told the same. When I spoke to the stakeholders, I was told the same that Jamshedpur was the first team that said, look, whatever the format of the league, we will play, and that's a big thing.
And one
Final
more
question.
thing, one
Yeah.
more thing is when there is an uncertainty, some of the clubs I'm told that they told the players and all that you may not get the salary and all. But we have taken a call that it is not a fair practice. It's not a fair thing. We said once we have selected the players, whether irrespective whether the match will happen or not, match may not happen for the full year. Maybe it would be one tranche, but still we said we'll go ahead with our team only, and we will not ask anyone to sit idle. We paid them. So that's those are the ethos which we have got from that. That is the reason why it is not an immediate success. It is always success is going to be a long drawn process. It cannot happen immediately. Same whether it's a sports or life or corporate world.
This is fantastic. That brings me to my final one. That you've seen you are part of one of India's biggest conglomerates, if need not the biggest conglomerate. I mean, the country wants to host the Commonwealth Games. It will in 2030 again. The country wants to bid for the Olympic Games. Sport is soft power. Where do you stand on this? I mean, do you kind of realize, support the fact that mega events can transform societies? Sport can be used as soft power for a projection of India in the global stage.
See, two, three things which I'm seeing. I'll give an example of Khelo India. Recently, I had been in Srinagar, and also in then there I saw that many of the places when I started interacting with people, they were very much impressed with the Khelo India this theme, and many of the youngsters are more coming more towards the sports. So, and one I met one of the organizers, and she said that this is one way of getting people encouraged into sports. Once they are into, if a person becomes a sportsman, yeah, sports person, then he or she would not think about anything else. They would like to progress and make their career in sports. So this is one area. So last, at least I'm following the sports for quite some time. I could see that more and more success we are getting, and more people are getting into sports, and that is the reason why Paralympics also we got good success, and thanks to many people. Because see, I must tell you also, I must thank you also, because it's easy for you also to pick a sport which is famous, but you said no, I would like to concentrate in Paralympics. Even today, even we are supporting Special Olympics.
Correct.
We are supporting Special Olympics also, where that gives a satisfaction that people, if you can support that, and not only we Tata Steel supports, we also when we meet some of the business groups in Jamshedpur, we tell them, and they also get motivated and they support them. So taking these all these, taking cue from this, I feel we are going to do much better in Commonwealth Games definitely, and getting into 2036 Olympics might also depend on some of the successes we are going to get in next 2 3 years. That is also going to be one of the factors to get into Olympics.
I kind of agree. I'll end the show saying you're right because in terms of medals, later this year India has the Asian Games and the Asian Para Games. I'm predicting 100 medals again for the Asian Games and more than 110 medals at the Para Games and obviously Glasgow. Leading into the Olympic Games, the 28 Olympics will be massive for India with the inclusion of cricket, more medals, more eyeballs in the country. Imagine our men and women if they are able to replicate the success at the Olympic level, how much
Yeah.
traction that will give India. And if India, even from the IOC standpoint, coming to the global south, they call themselves a global movement. This is the big part that is a lacuna or a void. they need to come here. So in every sense, and it's been a beautiful conversation. Loved it. Your insights, your thoughts on this, the way you articulated your vision, and more importantly, look forward to physically hosting you at the conclave and seeing
Sure.
you, together, and your keynote address and lighting the lamp and being with us for the days of the conclave. Thank you once again very
Thank,
much, very, very much
thank,
for appreciate it.
thank you very much.